Hello, welcome to another wonderful video. Today I'm here in the void because I got Minecraft Java Edition to work. I probably should do a video on how I got that to work or something, but that's maybe for another time. Today we're going to be talking about different mini games in my Java world that I've come up with that I would definitely like to share with you. Now I know I had some before. I used to have one here where it was like, okay, this one, whatever this thing is. I think that's like a long throw and then like a teleporting throw thing. And I think I did the pig one. I'm not sure if I did, but I don't know if I've already shared that one or if I've already shared the bookcase one. Also, by the way, my bookcases look like this because I have like this weird texture pack thing that I designed, and this is the only thing I changed. It was part of a test, but that's besides the point. So in case I haven't done this one either, basically the point of this one is to find the diamonds behind the bookcase. So essentially, it's called Behind the Bookshelf is what the name of the game is. Break books to find treasure behind them, or maybe use arrows. So I was thinking maybe you have some kind of command set up to where I have a bow and I hit these bookshelves trying to uncover diamonds, and once diamonds are uncovered, I would have to hit those as well to capture them. Now, I had chests back here too, that way maybe you could have it to where if it is just you go in there and punch it or whatever, you would essentially open up a thing and be like, oh, there's a chest there, let me open it, and then maybe there's something in it, or maybe there's diamonds. I mean, there's like a good chance there's be diamonds in it, but there's not always gonna be diamonds in it. That way you end up wasting time trying to open one and finding what you're wanting, which of course is the diamond ores that are on the other side. So this one, I definitely think I would like it if it was just the bow thing, but I also like the idea of that there's like these chests behind them and stuff, so that's always something. So that was that, in case I haven't talked about that one yet. But anyway, moving on. This one I feel like I definitely have, but I don't think I have. I don't think I talked about anything in this whole little area because I'm pretty sure this stuff was all created and designed before Java started to, well, basically not work anymore. So this game mode is called Reverse Spleef. Players on the bottom have to make players fall in from above. So essentially they come up here, they have to break this glass. Well, it's not glass, but I don't think it would be glass. I kind of like the idea of it being glass, so that when you punch it, the sand falls or whatever. But I don't know. That's just me. But anyway, essentially they would come in here, they would punch different pieces out and try and get the players to fall up underneath them. I was thinking that whoever's up here would not be able to. They wouldn't fall down into the glass pit once they fell. I feel like they would fall into the void, so I feel like there has to be some kind of invisible barrier for the people down here that they can't get up, but also some sort of barrier below them where they can't fall through, but other players can fall through. Otherwise, it would just be as simple as, hey, maybe just like the arrow thing, you shoot arrows at the glass and make it break or something somehow. Anyway, this one is called Build the Bigger Anthill or Fill the Well. Now, the idea of this game essentially is that there's this big, huge little hole here with sand at the bottom of it. Let's go ahead and break that sand. And essentially, there's these little mini islands, somewhat far away, somewhat not far away. There is a miniature little field in the middle of everything, so that there's PvP involved. There would be an orange team, a green team, a red team, a blue team, all the colored teams that you can think of, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, for example. And all those colors are all different kinds of teams, and maybe it's like two each for each team or something like that. And essentially they have to figure out how to get across here first off, because they can't parkour, it's too far, but essentially they can break blocks over here and maybe get across. I was thinking that you could give them a little bit of sand so that they would have to craft sandstone to get across. That way they think, oh, well, let me just use that and put that in there, and then they can't get across and they have to start breaking other stuff. But I don't know. So essentially, yeah, that's kind of the idea is, are you filling the hill or are you making the anthill? I feel like there'd be variations in this game where it'd be both. So one where you're going across here, for example, you're gathering sand or whatever and breaking it or whatever, and trying to fill this well. Hang on, and fill this well like this or something like that. And whoever can fill their well first maybe triggers some sort of command block or some other thing, and they win the game. Let me get out of here. There we go. Okay, so essentially the other variation of this would be to build an anthill, similar to how you would build the beacon. So essentially, you'd come up here, you would build your little base right here, like this or whatever, and whoever can finish the anthill first would win. I'm gonna kind of show you kind of what the finished product should look like. Essentially, this would kind of be what it would look like, except all the way around. And whoever got that top piece in last would win the game. So essentially, that would be how the anthill version of it would work. And of course, there'd be PvP all at the same time. Yeah, but essentially, that is the idea of the anthill / fill the well. Now, why is the music still loud? Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's essentially the fill the well / anthill thing. Now, obviously, the wells would have to be the exact same size for all players, but it could be deeper or bigger depending on how difficult you want the game to be or how long you want the game to last. Obviously, there'd be more than just one island per player. There'd be one little corner for each team. Each team gets like one little corner or one little side somewhere, and there's like a huge middle area potentially where a lot of the PvP happens, and places like this where PvP could happen because, you know, they're trying to get the sand or whatever. Obviously, I guess PvP could happen back here. Maybe if you're standing on your color, you couldn't be hurt. Actually, that actually kind of sounds like another little fun mini game, almost like a Splatoon style game where the goal of it is to gather your specifically colored wool or something like that, or maybe you just have a lot of it on you and you have to kind of build around and kind of like put it in places so that you can walk, and you can't walk outside of your color, and people can come up there and like shoot it or burn it somehow with maybe flaming arrows somehow. I don't know, but yeah, that could be a good little idea. I wonder if I could do that somehow. I didn't. I'm getting sidetracked. Now this one, I don't really know how much I like this one, but this one, obviously, since I'm in creative, it's not going to really be that visually appealing. But essentially, the idea of this one is to race to the bottom of these magma blocks without dying from fall damage or from the actual flame itself, because obviously these things hurt you. So basically, it's just a drop race. You got to get to this bottom little obsidian piece before anyone else. I was thinking maybe replacing it with netherrack that's on fire, and giving like certain places that are on fire, and then little places that are safe, or not necessarily safe, but would be magma blocks. So anyway, whoever gets to the bottom first would win, obviously, and there's places where you can catch fire or places where you would just straight up burn. Just take a little bit of fire damage, I mean. So different stuff like that. Obviously, you'd want to find the best path. I feel like this would be randomized every single time. So like every single round, it would be randomized or something like that. So there'd be cases where, oh, I know exactly what to do because I've done this 100 times. Let me just go this way, this way, this way, and then this way, and this way, and I'm done. I didn't catch fire, or something like that. You couldn't. I would like the idea of where you couldn't just remember the map. This game mode is a little bit different. So basically, this one kind of reminds me of the reverse Spleef one a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. But essentially, the idea of this one is to basically find diamonds and not to get caught on lava. So if you don't know, lava can leak through blocks. But since all of this is here, and since this would actually be completely blocked in, you wouldn't really be able to see that well. You just okay, but essentially, since it's like this, you can barely see. There's lots of places where lava is falling. It's kind of hard. There'd be other players, so it's kind of difficult to find out where to go and what to do. So let's say I break this block here. Oh no, that one was lava. Oh no, no, I died, because you can't put it back, obviously. So essentially, the idea would be to gather all of the ores that you could before you died, or halfway through your little run, you could just quit whenever you wanted to. So essentially, maybe there could be other ores so that others have higher risk, and then obviously higher rewards if they are, diamonds obviously would be worth more than like iron or gold or something like that. So make it 1 or 2 blocks taller because lava leaks was another potential idea. Is like maybe make it taller so you can't see the lava source, which I think that would probably be the way to do it, really. Anyway, so collect as much diamond as you can before you drown in lava. 3 minutes before the game ends, or until everyone dies. So randomly generate every time, so obviously you couldn't remember where the lava sources are. And then, like I mentioned earlier, with the other game, you couldn't just be like, oh, well, I know exactly what to do. I'll go to this corner, then go over there to the left a little bit, and then, you know, and kind of get an idea of where everything is. So everyone gets a different area to mine in to avoid PvP was another suggestion. Now, I like the idea of, like, PvP, but you can't, like, punch each other and stuff like that. That way, other players can kind of leak in lava, but at the same time, if they leak in lava, then it's going to hurt other players too. So it might make sense to give other players like their own little miniature room. So no lights, completely sealed inside. That's what I showed you a minute ago when I sealed myself inside here. So that's kind of it. This one's kind of like a little bit of a work in progress. There's a lot to kind of work on with it. Kind of like little different miniature side things that you can add to it here and there and make it work. Okay, so this was one of the first games that I ever done, and I actually did this one a little bit because there was an app for Minecraft Bedrock Mobile where you could kind of make your own little miniature servers kind of thing, and I think it's still around. But this was I actually made this in there and had my own little server where it was called Bedrock. It was called Lakebed Wars. That's what it was called. It's called Lakebed Wars, and essentially, you're so close to the water right here. So if I'm up here or something, and someone punches me, I have a chance to save myself. Oh, I landed on that. I didn't mean to land on that. Okay, well that sucks. So let's say I'm up here and I'm trying to parkour to over there and I miss, and then there's a chance I can save myself because I hit water, but there's a good chance I'm just gonna go straight through it because of how far I was up in the air. So let me go up there. I couldn't save myself. So yeah, different stuff like that, and you can punch each other, and then there's water, obviously, so once you're in the water, there's kind of a little bit of a disadvantage there. Different stuff like that. Obviously, once you're in the water, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage because there's only certain places you can get to, and just different places for chests. Usually there's a handful in the corners at the start so that people can quickly grab some and then go to a corner or something like that and kind of hold their position or try and get to another spot. I kind of used an elytra there, which there wouldn't be elytras chests up here, but no way to get up there. I guess you could break blocks, but I was thinking about maybe not being able to break the blocks and stuff like that. Obviously, this is enough to give you fall damage here too, so one more right here. I was gonna say that's the last one. This is actually the most well developed, and it actually has a lot of tests in it. Obviously, there is different maps and stuff like that. This game was a lot of fun when I used to play it, and it was something I thought of, so it kind of made it a little bit more special. And I actually played with like strangers and stuff too, so people seem to enjoy it. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's go over here to this game. Now this game, this one has signs. So essentially everything you need is in this chest. You need ender pearls and bows. Now the map needs to be more expansive and cover pickups. I was thinking like, oh, maybe you can like get blocks or something to kind of like build cover or something like that. That was kind of the idea for that. You cannot build. You must use the pearl. I was supposed to say pearl, but I misspelled it. You cannot build. You must use the pearl to move to other plats. Be the last one standing with unlimited arrows, potentially, maybe unlimited arrows. So essentially, you would have some of these and a bow, and you can't really move. You're kind of stuck, and you kind of have to use the pearl to move everywhere. You're not allowed to move at all. So basically, moving is disabled. WASD, that would be disabled in this area, I guess you could say. And yeah. So the thing with this is, if I miss and I hit that wall right there, I'm gonna fall to my death. And that was kind of the idea of it, is that it's gonna require a lot of skill with throwing pearls as well as bows and stuff like that. So if I hit him from here or whatever, oh, I didn't know that, I broke it. Okay, essentially that would be the idea of it. Everyone would get maybe like an unlimited amount of pearls and maybe an unlimited amount of like arrows or whatever else. And the idea would be like, okay, this guy is so far away, it'd be hard to shoot him as soon as you spawn in, or maybe you have to go and get the arrows first from a different spot. So maybe the chest is in the center, so you have to immediately throw a pearl over there and open this chest and get your pearl or whatever. And one pearl would be like unlimited uses or something potentially. Or maybe not unlimited uses, that way it would require even more skill. The problem with this one though is, like I kind of said, there needs to be some way for like, as soon as I spawn in, I can't just immediately kill the player over there, because then that just wouldn't be fair. It would be a matter of who's faster and whatever else. And if you're playing with 4 players, then like people that you know, then one player can can get teamed on by the other 3. So there needs to be like stuff like that you can change and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. Those are the mini games that I failed to talk about before in the past. Maybe I've talked about 1 or 2 in the past, but I'm pretty sure I did the pig one. I'm not 100% though. Anyway. That's going to do it for the video. I do hope you enjoyed these little mini games and these mini game ideas. I'm going to work on a handful more for another video potentially. Yeah, so like, subscribe, share, do those wonderful things, because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. And not just that, you also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. I think we all want to become wonderful, and I think we all want wonderful content. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.